Right, this vlog is about the ban of wild camping on Dartmoor. Um, I've camped a few times on Dartmoor, but not in the no, that's only one that I'm allowed to be at, and that was ruined by it's not their fault. Um, Dartmoor Ranger and people being around. Really, it is near the quarry there, so Meldon Quarry. So there's like an activity centre there for kids and stuff, which is fair enough. I didn't feel comfortable there, so I filmed anyway, so that sort of distracted me a little bit. So it's not as secluded as I want it to be. That's better. Anyway, coming back to so I've wild camped at Tin Mine Settlement and Tynehead Farm, which I'm not allowed to camp at, but they're very out the way. You know what I mean? I'm not sure what part of Dartmoor that basically you need to gain permission off that owner to go on there. Also, the Dartmoor National Trust or whatever it is are trying to speak to the other landowners to sort of go, what do you want to do? Because that way they have to devise up another camping map on the places you can go, which has got obviously prior permission off the owners of the land. Most wild campers don't leave a trace. Yeah, most wild campers who do have fires extinguish it properly, and they don't scar the ground because they get rid of their evidence. Yeah, but most, I say maybe 99% of all wild campers don't do fires anyway. The only fires they do is on the Trangia. That's it. My thoughts on it is gutted. I don't tend to wild camp that often. I tend to go to a paid campsite where I can have a campfire and it's basically somewhere for me to sleep. I spend most of the time exploring Dartmoor, just hiking. I have tried it with a bigger pack and I ended up not like using the camping chair, so that won't be coming with me. And the heavy 1 kilo I don't tend to use anyway. I'll end up using one of these, and I use I use this as a tripod, and then this one as a tripod which doesn't weigh anything, it's a minuscule amount, and this one is a tripod, so I'll just open it with one hand, so I can just set that down and do a nice time lapse of the sky or myself or whatever. So because with the Gorilla Pod, which is another one of mine, it's not very stable. It's more stable than that, but in a lower position. So I'm not sure if that applies to hiking, so I need to research that one because I'm always night hiking there. Anyway, let's turn that off. I'm gutted that it's come to that, and obviously it is his land at the end of the day, and the bylaws do not permit wild camping. Basically, only for like hiking on, put your horse on, and some other activities, but not wild camping. Obviously the Dartmoor I don't know the name of the organisation. Anyway, so the Dartmoor organisation obviously sort of promotes wild camping and stuff like that, as in leave no trace and stuff like that. So it loses out for people who love going outdoors, like is it Kate Outdoors? Summit or Nothing. There's another guy, Dartmoor Explorer. It's a shame because they love going to those places, and Muddy Boots, who loves like doing the like 20k hike to a location and different parts and back, where I go there and I have my car and I do a circular hike around, and obviously I get lost. And I love that. I think my best one is when I redone Brat Tour on Woodtree Cross, so and Bleak House Ruins, and just reached Great Links Tour where they had the sunset. It was perfect. I had a nice sort of mini time lapse there, and also I sat on my packs. I didn't want to stop. And I went to Arms Tour after that, and then back to the car. But I was walking amongst the stars. You know what I mean? It was lovely. In the summer, it's lovely as well. So especially when I've done like a night vlog where I sat close to the car park but overlooking Bellevator, which is a road along the south of Bellevator, and I just sat there and had a vlog there, you know what I mean? While cars are going by, but like they were like, what the hell's that guy up to? And it was nice just to get out the car and do that, even to go to Ripon Tour and Saddle Tour and then set up a vlog there. I think that was a longer vlog. Hound Tour, I didn't really stay there. No, Hound Tour. Yeah, Hound Tour done a nice vlog where I just parked the car and just went up, found a nice spot and done a vlog there. It's only a 5-minute walk, but I like doing stuff like that. Brat Tour, not Brat Tour, Brent Tour, St Michael's Church, vlogging there while I've done a nice time lapse of the moon, which I might try to get the footage of the moon and just uncompress it and just edit that, and then do some music underneath, ambient music. I do 2 versions. I do one version where I do music underneath, and I do another version with no music underneath. Then that way I can use that one for YouTube Shorts. No, I might use an uncopyrighted one for that one, but I'll test it out. So I'll do 2 where I've got one with the moon, because literally the moon just the original file needs to be uncompressed so you can see it a lot slower, so you can pick up all of the features the full moon like shows, like the cobblestones and stuff like that. And I was out there for like 3 hours, 4 hours, and I wasn't up to anything. I was in the doorway of the church. I didn't leave a mess. All I done was make a couple of coffees, you know what I mean? I was happy days. Yeah. And I'm gutted for the guys that are always camping out there. And I understand it. That's not for me though. I like my hiking, that's about it. I don't want a base camp. My gear's too heavy for what I've got, and I can't afford like RAB and stuff like that. I can, but I can't justify it. Like this tent is £350, you know what I mean? For a RAB sleeping bag, you're talking £300, mate, for just a sleeping bag. Just a sleeping bag. I've got a whole tent, mate, for that. I could justify the tent, but I can't justify the sleeping bag. This sleeping bag cost me $250, but it keeps you warm. You know what I mean? But that's a sleeping bag. The sleeping bag, and this is synthetic, so if it gets a bit moist, it's fine. It's still going to keep me warm. Anyway, I'm babbling on. So I'm really sorry, guys, to all of the wild campers on YouTube who are, and I know they are, responsible wild campers, and they've lost out. Whole new generation has lost out because of that. God knows what's going to happen, and the fact is, if you have to pay a fee to use their land, then I think that's fine. They do that up in Scotland, I think. That way you can track who goes and comes off there, you know what I mean? And if you do make a mess or anything, then they can actually prosecute you for that because you're damaging their land. I think that's fair enough. If that's the route you've got to do, I think I'll pay that money, that fee, just so I know I'm allowed to be there still, you know what I mean? And if you have an ulterior motive, then obviously you don't want to pay it. So I don't know what the fuck to talk about. I think if you have to pay to go on their land, I think just pay the money. You still have the same experience, and money's money at the end of the day. I pay like just out of pay campsite for $250, and that's minuscule really compared to like a paid campsite, which is in East Grinstead, which is $12.50 a day. $250, lovely place to walk around. When I went there was nowhere to walk around. I was like, oh, at least $250. I've got all of this landscape to like walk around, and I can imagine that's like for the wild campers, as now we've lost this privilege of walking around this beautiful place. And I mean, it's a lot of bronze settlements there, you know what I mean? There's history to look at, stone rows and cairns and all this stuff to look at. Well, and looking at the blanket of stars because there's no light pollution, you know what I mean? It's such a shame. And then the rangers have to fucking work harder to kick people off their fucking land, you know what I mean? Anyway, I think Muddy Boots, thank you for that video. That's inspired me to get out. My ankle's not fully there yet, so I can't be hiking on Dartmoor at the moment. We'll see how it feels in March. But it'll be a light pack anyway. All lighter pack these days. And a bladder. I'll just fill up the bladder, and that way I could just pour the water out of the bladder. That way. I don't need filters and stuff like that. Like 2 litres on my back and just a cook system, stuff like that. That's enough for me. Anyway, babbling on. Thank you very much, guys. That's a long one about Dartmoor. I think I'll just talk about the title will be Dartmoor and babbling on my views on there. Summarise the views. If you can pay to use their land to get like a permit for like how many like days or whatever, then it's better than nothing. That's the compromise they can come to. Then they can like, they know who you are. Or it might go the other way, as in, nope, you can't camp on there completely. Well, you bastards. Oh well. Anyway, please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in another video. Bye bye.